In this ukulele tutorial, I got something very special for you. We're going to talk about two things: slack key ukulele, what that means, and I'm going to show you a Hawaiian strum pattern that's going to knock your socks off. Since you're here, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We do a bunch of ukulele, guitarlele, baritone lessons and reviews right here. Turn on that bell notification. That way you stay up to date with all the lessons and tutorials right here on our channel. All right, so what I want to do first, I want to just play for you what I'm going to show you today and what I'm going to teach you. It's very cool. I learned it from a good friend of mine, Jonah Davis, out there in Oahu. And by the way, I'm going to play this one on the Koloha 25-year anniversary. These are called the silvers. This one's a soprano, which is really actually called the standard because they consider the soprano the standard. And you can check these out at my store like ukelikethepros.com. But check this out. All right, so you might have noticed that the slack key tuning, and if you don't know what that is, all right, I'm going to describe it in just a second, is going to give you a couple different chords, shapes, because all we were doing is playing two chords, C to G7. And this is the real deal. Like, this is a real deal Hawaiian strum pattern, and this slack key is the real deal. So this is like taught to me, as I mentioned, from my friend Jonah Davis. This is like taught from me from the best and a great Hawaiian instrumentalist, ukulelist, musician that I know out there in Oahu. All right, now let's talk about this. Slack key essentially just means you're going to be changing the tuning on the ukulele, and usually you're going to change to some kind of open tuning. And in this case, we're going to change it to a C open tuning. And what that means when I say open tuning is when you strum the ukulele, it's going to be a major chord. Because right now, in standard tuning, which is G, C, E, A, when you strum this, it's either going to be, you can call it a C6 chord or an A minor 7 chord. And that's cool, but the slack key is going to make it just a straight major chord, okay? Now we only have to do one thing. We just have to change the first string here from A to G, okay? So what we want is G, C, E, and then G again. So how do we do that? Okay, well, we could use a tuner, and I'll grab that in a second, but we can also use our ukulele. Now, I'm playing as I mentioned, a soprano, Koloha soprano. This one has a high G on it. So all I have to do is just simply hit that high G and then match it with the first string, or actually other way around. Hit the fourth string, this, and then match the first string to it. So normally it's an A, right? So we gotta drop it. We gotta go down. So watch this. G, oh, that's the pitch I want. We gotta keep going down. All right, until we match it. Now, look at this. Now we have a straight C major chord, no C6, no A minor 7, just regular C major chord, C, E, and G. All right. Now, it's gonna maybe take a while to kind of settle as you do that. Now, a couple other ways you can do this. Let's say you have a low G here. So instead of doing the open string, you can go right here to the second string, 3rd fret, hit that note, and that you match those two pitches, or just grab a tuner. So check this out. You're just gonna bring it down until you get to G, and then get it right in the center. All right, and there you go. That's a slack key tuning, and this is in C major. All right, now it's gonna change the chords, as I mentioned. We're gonna only use two chords, C and G7. So check this out. Here's your C chord. Check out it. Easiest chord you're ever gonna play in your life. Just that open strings. That's it, open string. That's your C chord. Now, I did one variation, which I'm gonna show you in a little bit, but just for right now, just use this open C chord. And then G7. Now, the G7 is gonna be similar to the one we know, it's just gonna be this. Open 4th string, 2nd finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. Notice the 1st finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret. And then instead of having our 3rd finger down like normal, it's just gonna be that open 1st string, so G7. That's it. So let's do that with me. C, G7, C, G7. All right, so that's all we're gonna do. Now, check out, here's the strum pattern again. All right, so that's it. Now, we're gonna do it with backing tracks. I got some really killer backing tracks that were made as well. And by the way, leave a comment below. Let me know, like, what do you think? Is this cool? The slack key? Did you know how to do that already? Is this something new to you, or is it cool? And then also the new chord shapes, the Hawaiian strum pattern. There's a lot going on here. All right, so check this out. Grab your C chord, just open string, right? We're gonna use our first finger here. I'm just gonna go down twice. 1, 2, and those are just chord notes. Okay, just do that with me. And 1, 2. All right, that's it. Now, on beat 3, we're gonna let that C chord just ring out a little bit, and we're actually gonna like subdivide the beat a little bit, and on the 3E, on the E of 3, which is right after it, we're gonna actually do a G7, and we're gonna do a quick down, up on that G7 chord, okay? So if we just do that, it's gonna be like 1, 2, 3. All right, just that quick down, up, and that down, up, up, down is on the G7 chord. So down, down, up, down. All right, so that's almost the entire measure. All right, let me add the last part. It's we're just gonna add 2 more downstrokes on the beat 4 and the 4, okay? So if I do it nice and slow, and by the way, that's on the G7 chord. It's gonna go down on the C, down again, the quick up, down on the G7, and then followed by another down, down on the G7, okay? That's it. That's the whole measure. We're just gonna loop that. Okay, so try it with me nice slow. 3, and it's 1, 2, down, down, up, down, down, down. All right, you got it? All right, so now let's add the slow backing track. Wait till you hear this thing, sounds killer. We're gonna do it 8 times, and then the last thing we'll just do is end on C. But pay attention, because halfway through, I'm gonna do a different C chord, which I haven't shown you yet, but I'll show you after we do it. All right, let's check this out. 1, 2, 3, and... Check this out. All right, how awesome did that sound? Okay, you got the slack key, you got the 2 new chord shapes, even though they're very similar to the ones we know. But did you notice I did a new C chord, okay? So just, you have your open C chord, and you could do that the whole time. You could do that the whole time. But remember, our traditional C chord in standard ukulele tuning is just right here on the 1st string 3rd fret. And all I'm doing is just sliding up to the 1st string 5th fret. And there's just a same C note as here, C chord, but just right up here. So you got C like this, open, and then C like this. And I was kind of doing a slide up into it, just kind of makes it sound a little bit cooler. All right, so we're gonna do it with a fast backing track, and I want you to try what I did. I want you to do 4 times on this, that pattern, and then on last 4, I want you to do the higher C. All right, you ready? Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, and... All right, there you have it. Slack key ukulele, Hawaiian strum pattern, 2 new really cool chord shapes for you, actually 3 for you. So again, I'm playing this on the Koloha 25-year anniversary soprano. Check these out at my store.ukelikethepros.com. Thanks to my good buddy Jonah for all the help with this lesson. And that's gonna do it. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for leaving a comment. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time.